Hello everyone, today as a group we would like to show our real estate system. To start, we first need to run our application. Okay, as you can see, welcome to Parallax real estate application. You can sign up here. Let's say our name is John. Okay, John, sorry. John at gmail.com, and password is John 40, and our role is seller. Sign up is successful. You can log in here as a seller. Personally, I did the buyer part, this part. That's why I'm gonna explain buyer. Let's log in. There is all of the previous logins. Like as you can see, John is also added here. Oh, we also have another John. Okay, anyway, let's say as a buyer, I want to enter the application. This is my email, and this is my password. Okay, I entered. Login successful. Welcome, Aykhan. And I can search properties. As you can see, there is no property. I can contact seller agent. I can make payment. I can sign contract. I can. There's no any properties because the seller didn't add any properties. That's why we need to add a new property. But it's seller part, and Ramiz will show it. But as an example, I will add a simple example. Let's add it and come back. Okay, as a seller, I added the property, and let's go back to buyer. Okay, and when I click search properties, as you can see, it come here. Description, Baku, price, and status. Status pending because the admin didn't approve the property. We can also choose contact seller agent, and it asks for the property ID, and as you can see, it's 1. Okay, your interest has been recorded, and all of the interests are signed here. Our buyer ID is 4. As you can see here, buyer is 4, and property ID is 1. Okay, we can also make payment, but in here we cannot make payment because admin didn't approve our property. We didn't sign a contract. That's why we have to sign a contract. I'd like to show the contract signing part. First, we need to enter as a agent, but we don't have an agent account. Let's create one. No, sorry. Okay, sign up. Name is agent. Let's say agent. Mail is agent at, and password is agent 1234. Role is agent. Okay, as you can see, it came here. We are logging here. It asked for our agent at agent 1. Okay. We first need to manage contracts. Agent creates the contract first. Okay, choose first one. Enter property ID. Property ID is 1. Buyer IDs. What was our buyers? 4, as you can see. We choose 4. Seller ID. Let's say seller. This one is seller, and 2. Okay, contract prepared and saved successfully. Okay, now we have to enter as a seller and sign the contract that agent prepared. Okay, sign contract. Property ID is 1 and buyer ID is 4. Okay, contract created and signed by seller. Okay, here as you can see, okay, that's weird. Signed by seller. Property ID is 1, buyer ID is 4, and seller ID is 2. Now we have to enter as a buyer and sign the contract that was created by agent and signed by seller. Okay, as you can see, 4, and enter the property to sign a contract for. and we choose the property ID is 1, seller ID is 2. Okay, as you can see, property is finalized. It's created by agent, signed by seller and buyer. Now we can make a payment because we finalized the contract. Property ID is 1. Enter the total agreed price for the property. And let's come here, and as you can see, it was 7,000, and we enter 7,000 here. Okay, and initial deposit is 10%, which is 7,000, and remaining payment is 63,000. That's all from the buyer's part, and agent and seller will be explained by my teammates. There was a lot of solid principles that we followed. For example, single responsibility principle, SRP. As you can see here, we have menu service which handles menu logic independently, while user service manages the user related functions. We also have open close principle, OCP. New user roles or menu options can be added with minimal change to existing classes, with minimal or not at all. And we also, as I explained buyer part, I would like to also talk about buyer's part. In buyer's part, we for example followed interface segregation principles. Buyer-specific operations like searching properties and making payments are encapsulated within the buyer classes. And about the different classes and principles, my teammates will talk about. That's all from me. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, today I will talk about the Parallax real estate application, and I will talk about the users. Users I will talk about is the seller, agent and admin. So let's start with the application. First of all, let me show you our class diagram and explain what agent, seller and admin will do in this application. So as you can see, agent can create a contract but cannot sign it because sign is the final for buyer and seller, and after buyer and seller signs the contract will be finalized. Also, seller can create property but agent can't, but it can manage its property like editing it and also archiving and unarchiving. And admin can approve and reject property listings, like after the property is created it will be pending, and after the admin approves it, it will be available for buyer to view the property and after make a payment. Let's start with the application. After we start the application, we have welcome part, and we can log into our system. I beforehand created 4 users. It's seller, admin, buyer and agent with their username, email, password and their role. Let's enter as a seller. So our seller email, I wrote it in simple way, seller, and password is seller. So after we enter as a seller, we have 5 options. It's create property, edit property, archive property and unarchive property. So let's create new property. Description will be, for example, apartment in the city. Then we need to show the location. It will be, for example, Baku, and the property size 2 million. After we create the property, our property is saved in CSV file. As you can see, apartment in the city, Baku, 2 million, and it's pending yet. After we can edit the property. For example, let us edit the first property that we have. It's Beauty House by Lake, Baku. Property ID is 1, and after we enter the ID, we can see the property we are editing, and we can write the new description for it, like house by sea. New location will be Martekan, for example, and new price will be 1,015,000. Okay, and how you can see it's changed now. And also we can archive properties. So after we archive it, it shows archived and it will not be shown to buyers. And also we can unarchive it back. So now it's available again. It's always the seller, and also a seller can sign the contract, but contract first should created by agent, and after the seller and buyer can sign this contract to finalize it. So let's continue with admin part. So our admin is email for admin is admin, and password is admin123. So admin can approve property listings and retrieve accounts. First option is to approve the properties that have been created but not been approved by admin yet. So it's apartment in the city, like this apartment, and it's pending. And after we approve this apartment, it will be available and it will be shown to users, buyers, I mean. And also we can retrieve accounts, and it shows all the accounts that have been created in this system. And the last part, let me show you the agent. So agent have 4 options. It's edit property, and it is the same with the seller, and it can also archive and unarchive property as a seller made. Let me show you manage contract part. So agent can create a contract, and after it can prepare new contract, view existing contracts, and update contract status. I already created one contract, and we can view existing contracts here. So it shows the property ID, buyer ID, seller ID, and status. It's prepared, but it's not finalized yet. And after it will be signed by buyer and seller, it will be finalized. Also about the principles that were highlighted in this video, by the seller, I use single responsibility principle. It means that the seller class focuses solely on the property management. And also template method pattern. It means that common property workflows like read, modify, save ensure consistency and reduce redundancy. For agents, it's least scope substitution principle, and it's for actual agents and sellers. It share property management logic while maintaining their unique responsibility. And strategy pattern, role-specific behaviors like managing contracts and encapsulated with the respective classes. Next is admin principles. Admin principles is open-close principle. It's that admin functionality like approving properties and retrieving accounts can be extended without modifying the core logic. Also the single responsibility principle. The admin class handles administrative tasks like approvals and account management, keeping them separate from user or property logic. That's all I want to talk about. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Hello everyone, I'm Nigar, Nazarli, a group member of group number 7. In this project I was the K of our group and I was responsible for test cases. We put our test cases on README file, you can see it from here, and at the end of our README file you can see our test cases. We have 80 test cases, and thanks to my group mates Aykhan and Ramiz, they provide me with some core test cases, and each test we have description, tester, input, and expected and actual output, and the result. You can see all our results are past results, but however it's not like this, of course, because when we fail with a code, with a test, we fix it, and we fix all our fail test cases. And yes, at the end, of course, we have matrix. In our matrix, we have 60 requirements, and as you might have seen, we have at least 2 tests for each requirement to make sure that this requirement is already satisfied. Thank you for listening.